Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, I suppose. It's Sunday. Good morning. I got my coffee. It's not good. And Sunday, I wear and use colors red. I got some red lipstick on. I got my red mug. And others too should, can, could, may, must, and need. Can enter, cannot too. Although, are you one of my neighbors, such as those ones there? This one, I mean, right here. That's me. That's the other ones. Those ones. They've been internet trolling, etc., harassing and bullying and stalking us and discriminating, prejudging, prejudicing racism, bigotry. They've been real nasty. And we've reported them several times to staff downstairs, and showed and told police, and showed and told paramedics and all others that they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not. I've even reset my privacy settings many times over so that, I can hide my social media from them, such as here, YouTube. And do they wear the same as what I put on the internet? Why the police? Why the condominium corporation? Why hasn't security? Why didn't the paramedics? Why didn't police? Why didn't the fire department? Why didn't 911 emergencies personnel? Why didn't police 905-453-3311 arrested them already? Jailed them already? I mean, this is more proof they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not to add on, in, out, from, and by all doors and all windows. Us. Are they online now? They're doing it all bad, all purposeful, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, all not sane, all not competent, and all not employable. And all this, it's not true. This is 2025. Everything, all evidence, all proof should, can, could, may, must, and need be used by all those other people. I mentioned staff, security, police, paramedics, everything there, everything and everyone, 911 and 905-453-3311, with and or without lawyers. They're stalkers. They're not fans. They're not acquaintances. I know who they are, and so does anybody and everybody that knew me, met me, knows who they are. And nobody, when I'm home and or not home, should, can, could, may, must, and need entered my front doors, and without notices of entries to me and only me. I mean, that's them next door. Internet trolling, stalkers, and all before internet, stalking one and more other persons, people, us. And I'm sure there's other victims too. They're not the only victims. And how some other people saw and heard the word Africa deluded themselves that meant short and frizzy curly hairs, everyone, everywhere. That's not true. A lot of other people from Africa don't have that. They have blonde, brunette hairs, red hairs. There's many, naturally, and dyed. In Jamaica, in Trinidad, and Guyana. There's many places. I'm not hating. I'm not jealous. I'm not harassing. I'm not bullying. I'm not violent. I'm not violent. I'm not predatory. I'm not resentful. I'm not racist. I'm not bigot. I'm not discriminations. I'm not prejudices. I'm not prejudges. I'm not internet trolling. I'm not stalking them and all others. I didn't and I don't do that. And according to my astrology, etc., that I researched, colors I choose to wear and when, and accessories and cosmetics, etc. Sunday, red, orange. Monday, white, silver. Tuesday, red. Wednesday, green. Thursday, yellow. Friday, pink, white, light purple. Saturday, black, dark blue. And again, that's not me internet trolling, stalking, and harassing them. That's them. I mean, I don't know what their mentalities really are, other than they delusioned themselves that they should, can, could, may, must, and need, did anything and everything. Internet. However, how they found out about it, and show and tell, and showed and told that they should, can, could, may, must, and need not be law-abiding residents and or citizens and or visitors, guests, and or immigrants and or refugees, in Canada, to, at, on, and out from, by Canada. And that is overall, you know, their internet, I wouldn't go out and about wearing the same colors as them. Not here, not everywhere, not anywhere. I don't like it. I don't like them. It's not hate, it's just they don't know how to stop. With and or without new medications, pharma, they don't know how to stop. They're not wanted, they're not welcome. Their name isn't on anything. You can saw it for yourself, see it for yourselves. They're not even on the that directory. Here, they're elsewhere. In all times, anyone, everyone, all were to, at, on, in, out from, and by here that were not invited and not expected and not notices of entries given. Staff, those were all trespasses and break-and-enters, and did they hurt me, my mom, plants, and fur babies? That's all not lawful, all not legal, all not sane, all not competent, and all not employable. Them, they should be in jail. Attempted murder, attempted manslaughter, abuse, etc. And internet trolling and all the harassments and stalking they did earlier, and all the violence and violent and all that stuff. I can look out my people anytime I want to. I'm not doing anything bad, wrong, not legal, not lawful, not sane, not competent, not employable. I heard sounds, I heard noises, I looked out, I saw a woman from next door at that place wearing a red outfit. So it's not coincidence. she's wearing that or that, and what days. I don't wear lots of orange. I like to wear orange only Halloween. October, autumn is like a rustic color to me. I like to wear rustic then. And are those other people on my social media now somehow or other seeing and hearing or getting information about my live stream? They are all bad, all purposeful, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, all not sane, all not competent, and all not employable. They're stalkers. They're internet trolling. They're stalking. I'm going to put this link on my community post page. I know I'm putting it public, although stalkers, as I've mentioned, that's all they're doing. If you were here and witnessed all that has actually happened, you'd agree with me, and you saw some of it yourselves. And the condominium corporation knows all about it. And so does security guards and the police and paramedics. All witnessed. And all should, can, could, may, must, and need react, did, and react, and reacts, all about, all to, and all about those other people, did and do, all about, and all to, and all about myself and one and more other person, other people. Here I come with that link. Everything was harassment from those other people. And all times they were to, at, on, and from my front door. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not be, were, did, do, to, at, on, in, out, from, and by my front door. All evidence. There's evidence everywhere. Honestly. And phone calls were from them down there, and other phone calls. I didn't talk to them about anything. They didn't speak. And did they speak? I didn't acknowledge them. I tried to go to the police. I tried to get my phone number changed. I want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with them. They're not allowed to phone call us. They're not allowed to spoke to us. They're not allowed to add on, in, out, from, and by us. They're not allowed to be on my internet. Do I find them? Do I recognize their little profile photo, both of them together, the whole family together, and or separate. It doesn't matter how many of them did it next door and all elsewhere. They're guilty as accused and alleged. I mean, all others too, witnesses. All those witnesses should, can, could, may, must, and need reacted, react, and reacts. All about, all to, and all about them. Stalking us, internet trolling us, racism, bigotries, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges. As I said, internet trolling, violence, violent, predatory, resentful, harassments, bullying, hating, jealous, all about, all to, and all about us, myself and one and more others. And any senior services and any geriatric worker, hospitals and all else were tried, showed and told, and tries show and tell that they are not real, and they did not, just because my mom didn't remember, allegedly. That doesn't change anything. It's all happened. Every witness should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and told, and show and tell, and reacted and react and reacts to everything and all they witnessed. Those other people did, including themselves there, witnessed, happened to, at, on, in, out, from, and by, here, and all elsewhere. I mean, stalkers, I rejected them legally, lawfully, sane, competent, and employable. I rejected those other people next doors. And another residence, too, that I saw and heard from my front door, they were rejected, and they don't understand. They could not comprehend that they're not allowed to come. And just because they wear the same colors doesn't mean they're witches. They're already mentally ill and or neurologically impaired and or mentally challenged and or retarded. Some people are fans and they want to do the same as I did. Colors. That's fans. That's audience. That's viewers. That's not stalkers. And, most stalkers would rather rape, maim, and kill, steal, and do all the other stuff I mentioned, harassments, bullying, internet trolling, stalking. Fans, I don't mind having fans. I like having fans. I like having one or more fan club. I like having my audience as, doesn't mean that they're witches just because they wear the same as me, same hairstyles, same cosmetics, same fashions, same accessories. Doesn't mean that they're witches. Because the ones next door that I've mentioned, I showed and told about earlier, they're not witches. They're nothing magical. They're just stalkers. Off and on and off the internet. And all times they should, can, could, not, may. All times they should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and told law enforcements and all others that they did. All their evidence. All the more if they're showing and telling that they're guilty. Because everything they had and have that they did should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and told and show and tell those other people are guilty, were guilty, and should, can, could, may, must, and need are they tenants. Their tenancy should have ended. They should have been jailed. They should have been arrested. They should have been with and or without paroles and or probations new, without and or with and or without sued, did as, all about, all to, and all about one and more others, Bellises, there, elsewhere, everywhere. And all securities cameras should, can, could, may, must, and need used, recorded as evidence. Proof, and all the data downstairs, all the current Dominion Corporation photos and videos received from me, from us, not them, us, evidence. They're not good people next door. They never have been. And all other people, such as police, etc., showed and told them as good people, should have been fired because they were too lazy to do their jobs. I don't care what races, creeds, religions live elsewhere in my community. As long as they're law-abiding citizens, I don't care. And as long as they do rules and regulations, condominium act, status certificate, I don't care as long as they're law-abiding. Whether, law-abiding citizens, visitors, refugees, immigrants, as long as they're lawful and legal. I'll who, what, where, when, why, and how. Those other people next door I showed and told earlier. To, at, on, in, out, from, and by, one and more others. It's not what I'm doing, wearing the colors red. I'm not doing that because the real, I'm the real one. I'm real. They're not. They're stalkers. I attended some of the church service as to earlier today via technology, live streamed, replayed. Those other people should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not followed me and or follow me there. To, at, on, in, out, from, and by that church. And other churches. All witnessed, all documented, all those documents, all evidence, all proof. They're not fans. They're not my fans. They're not my friends. They're not my acquaintances. They're not my exes. They're nothing. And I'm including all the dumb fuckery they tried, showed and told. All the lies they showed and told too. One of them, as soon as they were on my front door, trying to open it, security guards should, can, could, may, must, and need, with and or without the condominium corporation, went to police and had them arrested. And any more than that, arrested all the more. And all my ex-neighbors that did to 80 Absolute Avenue, apartment 1303. They want privacy? Then stay away from my front door. Not any stalker has privacy at my front door because I don't care. There's not a media ban. There's not censorship. There are security guards. There are police. There are others. There is not any privacy. Other people's stalkers. The ones I just mentioned. Apparently they don't know rejection. They don't understand. So there's something wrong with them neurologically and mentally, obviously. My mom and I, other people should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and tell them no and stop and explain to them the meaning of those words, the meanings and definitions of the words no and stop. And police on my internet now, they're also internet trolling. Instead of doing their jobs, titles, jobs details, jobs descriptions, and jobs duties. They should, can, could, may, must, and need punished as the courts, judiciary, with and or without the courts and their superior being their bosses, unemployed, fire them. Because they don't want to work for me. They don't want to work for my mom and do their jobs, duties, descriptions, details. Titles. And they should, can, could, may, must, and need. Did law enforcement and do law enforcement all to, add on, in, out, from, and by, next door, next door, next door, next door. I mean, they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not isolate us from each other and one and more others. Here, there, anywhere, everywhere. Myself and my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents, my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself and my exes, and all other relationships. All before, all during, all later, and all since December 12th, 2024. And all those other people that have been on my internet lying that I'm obsessed with them. Why are they obsessed with me and not getting punished judiciary? They're the ones obsessed. They're not fans. They're not viewers. They're not audience. They're stalkers. They're internet trolling. I'm not hurting my mom. I'm not. Other people lied, showed, and told. I was hurting my mom. I want my mom to remember. I want my mom to remember. I'm not one of them. I'm not a stalker. I want my mom to remember everything. I helped my mom get medicated so that my mom can remember and function accordingly and be more of an efficient adult that she used to be. Not a sick woman. I neither want my mom sick, disabled, has special needs. I want my mom the woman she was long ago. And as and I can show you the document. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I want my mom not to forget. Not to forget. I want my mom to remember everything and everyone and show and tell and showed and told the truth. Not storytelling, not grandiose beliefs, etc. Not delusions of power. Nothing, and stop being obsessive and compulsive with and or without compulsive. I want my mom to showed and told and show and tell all real, all historical, all geographical, all financial, and all new. My parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents, all those parents, my parents and them, and all animals, and all pets, all fur babies, and me. When my battery dies, I'm going to just continue my live stream. Any phone calls today? Huh? Any phone calls? No? Oh, okay. Well, I sort of heard something earlier. It might have just been that next workload. noisy they can be. You know how noisy they can be. Well, you're here. I mean, they may be quieted on the other side of your bedroom, of your our bathroom wall. What? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all done. This live stream is also can be used. Should, can, could, may, must, and need used as proof, as evidence. I'm not lying. And I'm not guilty. And we're not guilty. Those other people next door, guilty, as alleged and as accused and as witnessed, as I mentioned earlier. Securities, cameras, all on, all recorded, all recording. I mean, nobody in their right mind goes off and on somebody's internet social media and does that all about, all to, and all about one and more other residents, others. YouTube, community posts, etc. And as soon as they did it, I reported it to police because they're stalking us, often on the internet. And I didn't do anything outside my front door. It was all just dumb fuckery, and it's not my fault that they actually deluded themselves and obsessed that they should, can, could, may, must, and need, with and or without being on my social media, my internet, those exact days. Why was I out there? I mean, I even looked at my people, and then they tell lies. They told lies that they didn't see who, and they try to say it was us that did it, me and my mom, or my mom and or I that did that, put that there. Yet they did it all themselves, and those security guards that witnessed it, and the staff that witnessed it. Not only did the police go there, the police should, can, could, may, must, and needed, arrested them, did all that. That's not legal. I don't care. That's not legal, and that's not Diwali or anything. That's just not legal to put outside front doors. And I couldn't. The police told me to go to the condominium corporation and report it and make them take it down, because that's what and I didn't vlog all of it. I mean, I do like to have some privacy, and I live in constant fear of those other people. And that's not me and the police and the condominium corporation being racist, bigots, discriminations, prejudices, and prejudges, and haters. I mean, that's just wrong. Off and on and off internet and Wi-Fi. And we should not, cannot, could not, may not, and need not punished because they didn't know how to stay off the internet. And everyone should, can, could, may, must, and need react and reacted as. All about, all to, and all about them. Out there, here, all common areas, elsewhere in the complex and building, they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, next door, not did, rules and regulations, same as sections 2A and 2B, 80 Absolute Avenue, next door. They should, can, could, may, must, and need, did, do, everywhere, sections 2A and 2B, all residents, all apartments, all about, all to, and all about us. The Real Foodie Beauty, what? Your channel will never grow with you taking the Foodie Beauty name. Too witchy. stuff. Oh, I can't read all. My battery is dying. I'm not taking it. I mean, I'm only one of my stuff. When my cat and I, my cactus and I, Foodie Beauties. I even show and tell my audience, my viewers, my fans, hello, Foodie Beauties. I mean, I'm not stealing anything from her. I'm not taking anything. She went public. She went public. She should, can, could, maybe, must, and need reset her and reset her privacy settings. Hide her social media from me for all I care nowadays. I even gifted her online, you know. I'm a fan. Foodie Beauty, Chantel. I'm Foodie Beauty Avril. Bellis. And do I ever name change my last name? I'm still that in this person. I might not be single forever. I might, the right one might come along, an ex and or someone. I might even get together with a friend. You never know.